I'm here to speak to Commander Zero. Okay, all right, you are the man. You are the man. Here's the plan, my brother. I'm your prisoner. You're going to be RUF, all right? Do you want to see your boy? This is how we do it, all right? Let's go.
Now let me shoot that pink ass man.
TIA?
Yes, Grantham.
Hello, Matty.
Yo, admin, what's up?
I want you to know that I was very happy to meet you.
I know, this is Grantham.
Where am I? I'm looking at the most beautiful flat range right now.
No homo?
I wanted to know, but I'm very happy that I could LARP with you.
Dude, I'm married.
No, no.
Maybe call up Lucas.
You find yourself a good man.
You know I'm married to a woman. Is this like a no homo moment?
I'm right here where I belong.
Gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host of talking knockoff Chrono Avenger watch. Today we're going over the USPC. Now this is a gun that is near and dear to a lot of our hearts, especially my own, because, well, it makes a big featurette in Blooddiamond. Whole ensemble going here today. But today we're going over this gun in particular, and it is one of those guns that I thoroughly enjoy, just for safety, not that you care, but if I know you want to see me on live leak, nonetheless, we'll have a nice safe weapon. All right. So now what this is going to be, this isn't like an in-depth high-end like review like of round counts of like, is this gun good to go for duty use? This is more so the long overdue like need to have this gun on the channel just based off all of the Blooddiamond vibes alone. But first, gentlemen, hey, I know it's YouTube and cheesy, but if you're sacrificed to the algorithm god, he is a Metro style of god. We are unsure of his origins, but the algorithm is pleased by your comment. Also, I know you're, I know we're getting a little gunfire. I know you're watching this on the toilet and or you're eating, so I'm honored. The USPC, how does it stack up against modern guns today? Well, I have carried this gun personally on me. There is a concealed carry holster on my person until I forgot I'm wearing it. But it's not the best. A lot of holster companies don't really make inside the waistband holsters for the USPC. So I mean, they're out there, but like the big name brand guys that we all think of, I think like Incog with Travis Haley, I think they still make some off the top of my head, but I don't know if they're in production. We probably still find them. I even talked to Lucas of T-Rex Arms. He said he doesn't really make them just due to like, he doesn't really like the gun, so he doesn't make it for anybody else. So it's kind of a bummer in that aspect. So if you want to like find like a big mainstream holster for this gun, it's going to be a little bit tricky. But nonetheless, it's still a really good gun. It's just, I think it's lacking compared to, you know, the more modern conventional handguns of today. So, you know, for instance, here's my personal Glock 19, right? It's got an aim point acro. It's got the big old chonky mod light, which of course can be a video in the future, but you know, there's a lot more going on right here. Big old slide release, nice good size mag release over here, as opposed to, you know, this USP. You know, this is the striker fire as opposed to the hammer. A little bit more modern setup, a little bit more comfy to carry. This gun, you know, it's a little bit less beefy than say the HK, and it holds 15 rounds with the option of putting in more rounds for ammo, as opposed to say the USP where it's like, there's not really, like you can get extended, like plus extension mags for the gun, but it looks kind of goofy. So this holds 13 rounds, you know, this is the Glock 19 is holding 15 off the bat, right? So this gun feels a little dated with some of its attributes. So, you know, there's no red dot slide. If you want to get a red dot slide, probably get that shit milled out. You know, it's weird to me, the mag release is kind of small and hard to hit at times if you're used to the Glock, but the slide release is huge. It's like a freaking paddle. You can't miss it. So that's, I mean, that's kind of thing. The weird X factors of carrying this gun, like, and when I did concealed carry it every once in a while. So, I mean, you know, for context, my disclaimer is, of course, I'm no expert on the HKUSPC, right? I'm not like the authority. Anything I talk about here on this channel, take it with a grain of salt, and we'll go from there, right? I want to approach this from the novice point of view, which is me, you know, big chimp style. So it's essentially the gist of it. Now, getting back into carrying it, so usually how I conceal carry is I like to do appendix, and when you appendix carry, you know, you're pointing stuff at your nuts, right? Let me tighten this down. And it's, you know, I do trust Glocks. I trust Glocks with my life, but there is something to be said about having a hammer-fired gun that's double action that you know is not going to go off no matter like what, unless you cock that hammer back or squeeze the trigger, right? So when you're carrying right there, you know, it's like you carry, you go to shoot, you have to squeeze that trigger and deactivate that safety, right? So, well, you have to deactivate the safety, then squeeze the trigger, but God. There is something to be said about that, right? It conceals nicely. I think it's pretty comfy. It's a high quality firearm. It's H&K, right? You know, H&K probably will never know that I exist until I die. And we all want an MP7 civilian version, but we'll never get one because they hate us. And there's probably more to it, but I don't know, maybe they hate our American money, so. But it's tough because all their relatives are probably like in Argentina and they just miss them. So big reasons I bought this gun was 9,000% because of the movie Blooddiamond. It was just like I had to have it kind of purchase. I mean, if you can kind of see my whole ensemble, these aren't the perfect Blooddiamond pants or the outfit or anything. And there's actually a meme about Blooddiamond pants. I think in like a chat forum, some guy was like, help, I need to find Blooddiamond pants. But it's like, dude, they're just like, they're like green cargo pants. I think in the movie, he had some kind of CRKT Tonto knife. I don't think this is the perfect model. And then he had some gold type like Ray-Bans. But yet again, it's all like, trying to get as close as possible, right? The big LARP, okay. You know I'm a grown man, right? The watch, now if you're curious about the watch is actually pretty interesting. So this is a rip-off Breitling Chrono Avenger. The real Chrono Avengers are like, so the real Chrono Avengers are like, I don't know what, $4,000 to $6,000-ish, you know, in that ballpark, right, with taxes and all that BS. So I just opted for the sense of props, I decided to get a fake one from China and go that route. So there are websites out there. Essentially, you just got to Google, like, hey, if you're looking for the big LARP for like a Blooddiamond kit, like Google your fake watch that you want, and you can go from there. You know, I think like the saying in the watch community, and it's like I'm not a big watch guy, so I can't justify buying a watch for the YouTube channel unless I'm like, you know, making buku bucks down the road. But essentially, that's like the gist of it. Is I wanted to have a good prop for the channel. So it's only like $150. And it's actually doing pretty good. It's just the strap sucks ass. So that's the only downside. Like the strap will like come loose. The strap, it does come loose when you're actually doing gun stuff and you're trying to film. So that does happen. As far as like mounting a light to the gun, it kind of sucks. Like mounting a modern Surefire is going to be kind of like a hard thing to do. So that's the downside, is that if you want to mount any sort of like modern pistol light to the HKUSP-C, you're gonna need like an adapter rail. This is the, I wanna say the GG&G rail. There are better rails out there that you can get and utilize, but this, you know, it's a decent like in-term rail, because I mean, I don't even have a holster that's light compatible with this. I'm not too angry at it. This makes for good entertainment. All right, so now the one thing I'll give the HKUSP-C is that it is aggressively handsome. It's a very elegant looking weapon. The line, the curves, I think it feels the best when I have the actual pinky mag extension thingy in there. There's probably a better technical word, but whatever. Without it, my hands, it kind of like the meat of my hand down here hangs off the gun, and when you're going to like do a reload with it, it's like the fatty part gets stuck up in there when you're doing a reload. It's like weird nuanced X factor things, but with the extension on there, it feels really good. You know, I'm a big Glock guy. I feel comfortable on the Glock platform, especially when that Glock has a red dot. It's like you're playing like a cheat code at that point when you're doing pistol shooting stuff. But this is still a gun that, you know, with enough training and time, you can easily master and be wicked serious with. This is a gun that is like, I think it was designed with the professional in mind. They're going for, you know, working from outside the waistband, you know, to a duty capacity, say for military or law enforcement. Usually with contracts for government work, you know, because they're playing the lowest common denominator with government employees, that they want to have a safety built into the weapon. I think that, you know, makes sense because, well, government employees, right? So, the gun does good at that. The double action, you have your decocker over here on the HKUSP, so you can decock it. So when you go to chamber round, like we're gonna do right now, so we're gonna chamber round. All right, gun is hot, and it's on safe, but if you wanna put it in your pants, and it's like, you feel extra safe, and you're not gonna blow your dick off, right? So these are the small little nuanced things that are kind of nice about it, and then it feels good to get out and work with. It feels proper, right? And it's like, this isn't like a perfect gun review. We're not gonna be like dumping like torture tests or anything. It's just more so taking a quick look at the gun through kind of like my own lens of how I view it. And mainly how I view it is through the love affair I have with Blooddiamond.
Just know another sponsor of this video is going to be Aeolus Defense. Head on over there to get some sick belts, IFAKs, plates, ammo, whatever it is, you name it. Head on over there, let them know that I sent you. Guns and stuff are cool, but they're not as cool if you can't carry them on a wicked sick belt. And they're not as cool if you don't have any good ammo to shoot them with. Head on over there, let them know that I sent you. Aeolus Defense will help you get it done.
So does it hold up? To me, does this gun, like, is it a viable purchase option for you to everyday carry and use, you know, like concealed carrying, going around town, you're like, oh shoot, I'm here to stop a threat. Of course, it's gonna put people in the dirt. It's gonna kill people. To me, for the cost point, because this gun cost me around $700-ish. I think I got it for a steal of a deal. Because usually they go for a little bit more. I mean, you're paying for that HK name, you're paying for that HK quality, but does it stack up? You know, it's like the base Glock, it's a little bit newer, a little bit more modern. You could do a lot more with it. You know, base Glock's around $500 to $600, right? And if you start Gucciing it out like this one, yeah, it's gonna be some more money, but you can get a lot of performance out of a setup like this, as opposed to, you know, the more older, you know, conventional HKUSP-C. It still goes hard. It's still very, you know, an elegant weapon, but I think, in my opinion, it doesn't stack up to, you know, the more modern handguns that already come, you know, pre-cut with an optic, you know, pre-cut with an optic slide. The slide comes pre-cut for an optic. There we go. I'm having a stroke, and you know, ready to throw on a weapon light of some kind. Like this, there's a lot that's going to go into making this gun be able to compete with the modern handgun. That is the only downside, and you're paying for a heavy price. Or I should say, Grantham. Hey, Grantham, if you're watching, we're gonna do a little Unchained Melody together. All right, so this is with the hammer cocked back. Very nice. Now we can do double action. Double action kind of scares me of like getting that initial first shot off. Like knowing my luck, I'm like, if I had to like use my gun in a self-defense shooting, you know, going down, you're like, fuck. You finally get it out and you're gonna like, boom, you're gonna like be a hard miss, you know? That's like like, I don't know if it like keeps you up at night, but that'd be like my fear with this kind of gun. Like at least with the Glock, it's like, I get presented that Glock and it's like, all right, cool, I know where my round's gonna go. I'm gonna cover the gear for the video real quick in case I didn't already, but mag caddy, I have no idea which mag caddy this is. Like probably some cheap shit you can buy off Amazon. And then the holster is a CYA Supply Co. holster. I just need something cheap to hold me over to actually have somewhere to carry my USPC. I wouldn't recommend having the fat clips like this. Camera guy actually like the fat clips. I do like the, yeah, the discreet carry concept metal clips. I'm more of a fan of those. But you know, in the meantime, we'll rock this bad boy. Because I usually don't, it's not my main go-to carry gun, so I can get away with it. We're just doing the range LARP out here for Blood Diamond vibes, right? I think that covers everything. Yeah, that should cover everything. Whoa! Gentlemen, if you've enjoyed this video, feel free to support the channel in any way, shape, or form. Patreon's a good one. Merchandise is also another good one. Follow any of the links of any of the sponsors in this video. So do that, helps the channel out. Share it with a friend if you're a big fan of the channel. All these things help the channel grow. There is a plan with administrative results, and the plan is to go onward and upward. Hooray. Oh, God. All right, I'm a grown man, and I'm LARPing around in the desert on the flat range to Blood Diamond. So I'll catch you all on the flip. Gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, Gentlemen, if you've enjoyed this video,